Orrin Hatch says that President Obama is acting more like a dictator with this type of move than a president. What do you mean, Senator?
Well, let's just face it, the Congress is the one that has to enact the laws. The president's duty is to enforce the laws. And frankly, there's no reason in the world for the president to do what he's doing other than political reasons, and even those are bad as far as I'm concerned. You know, this president has acted extrajudicially, extra-constitutionally in ways that really ought to be, he ought to be ashamed.
Well, why do you think he's doing it, Senator? There is this cynical argument that he's trying to back you guys, that is Republicans, into a corner to either threaten lawsuits, to look like obstructionists, to be the party you know. The mainstream media gloms onto that, picks up that narrative, and that you might even go so far as to impeach the guy or shut down the government. What do you say to that?
Well, even the mainstream media ought to be ashamed if they use that kind of a methodology to back the president on this type of approach. The only way to have a lasting approach towards our immigration problems is for Congress to act. Now, I was one of the leaders in the Senate who helped put the immigration bill through from the Senate standpoint. The House has said they're going to do an immigration bill, and they're going to start with the border first. And they may do a series of bills. They have a little different approach than we do, but they said they're going to do it, and I think they will do it. And that's the appropriate way to do it. And then
so
the president should enforce those laws.
A clear border enforcement first before you even touch on things like delays and deportations, any of this other stuff.
Yeah, your prior spokesperson really did a very good job. The fact is, he says it's only going to be 4 or 5 million people. It's every one of them. They all claim they were here for 5 years. Now, some of them we can prove weren't.
You're right. How can you prove it?
How do you prove they're lying? And frankly, this is a completely wrongful way of acting. The president shouldn't do this. It's only as good as his presidency. I don't think any self-respecting Republican is going to try to bring impeachment or anything like that, because you know you can't get it through the Democrats in the Senate who basically back the president in everything he does. And I've got to say, they've got to be upset too. They've got to be really upset.
We've heard from a good many who are, just like you said.
I'm telling you,
Senator,
this is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And you know, I'd like to help the president do what's right by doing real immigration reform. We did it in the Senate. We'll do it in the House. We don't need the president to do some sort of a grandstanding thing like this.
Okay, Senator, we'll watch closely. Appreciate your time, sir. All right, so one of the